What's up guys, it's CC coming back at you today with another video, and today I will be showcasing my pure Metalfoes deck profile. Without further ado, let's get right on into it. For those of y'all that don't know what Metalfoes are, it's a pendulum based fusion deck. It's a fusion based pendulum deck. So, yep. Alright, start things off. We have one Metalfoes Vanisher. It's the boss monster of the deck. It is new support that came out of Blazing Vortex. Before Vanisher, there really wasn't a main deck boss monster, so here it is. You only really need to run him at a 1 because he is a level 9, and all the Metalfoes pendulum scales are 1 and 8, so you can't pendulum summon him. The only way to get him out is by his own effect or another effect of a Metalfoes monster. So he has a pendulum effect of if a monster or monsters you control is destroyed by a card effect, except during the damage step, you can add one Metalfoes card from your graveyard to your hand, except himself, and you can only activate that once per turn. That's his pendulum effect. And his monster effect is when this card is in your hand, you can target 2 face-up cards you control, including a Metalfoes card, destroy them, and if you do, special summon this card from your hand. Then, if this card is special summoned by the effect of a Metalfoes card, you could target one monster your opponent controls or in their graveyard and banish it. So, if you were to use another Metalfoes card to special summon him, you get a banish from the field or graveyard, so that's real good. Next, we run 3 Para Metalfoes Melcaster. One of the best cards in the deck. It has a pendulum effect of once per turn you could target one face-up card you control, destroy it, and if you do, set one Metalfoes spell or trap directly from your deck. That's extremely good. For the regular monster effect, if this card on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can add one face-up Metalfoes pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand, except himself. But you cannot activate it or cards with the same name to place it in the pendulum zones for the rest of this turn, except by card effect. So there is that. So pretty good. Next, for the normal Metalfoes monsters, we have 3 Metalfoes Volflame. Now, most of all the Metalfoes, actually all the normal Metalfoes monsters have the same pendulum effect. And it reads, once per turn you can target one other face-up card you control, destroy it, and if you do, set one Metalfoes spell or trap directly from your deck. That's every card from here on out, monster-wise, that's a Metalfoes normal monster. Next, I run 3 Metalfoes Gold Driver. Same effect as the last one. Destroy a card. One other face-up card you control, destroy it, and you get to set one Metalfoes spell trap from the deck. I also run 3 Metalfoes Silvered. Same thing as the last 2. 3 Metalfoes Steel-In. Same thing as the last ones. And next we run 2 rare Metalfoes Bismugear. Now, this is not like the other ones. It has a pendulum effect of once per turn you can target one other face-up card you control, and if you do, set one Metalfoes spell or trap directly from the deck. Well, actually, the pendulum effect's the same, but it has a monster effect. If this card on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can add one Metalfoes monster from your deck to your hand during the end phase of this turn. So if this was to get destroyed during the end of that turn, you get to add one from your deck to your hand. So that's really good. Next, for our supporting cast, we run 3 Rescue Rabbit. One of the best cards in this deck. This gets your combo going. Rescue Rabbit reads, cannot be special summoned from the deck. You can banish this face-up card you control, special summon 2 level 4 or lower normal monsters with the same name from your deck, but destroy them during the end phase. Which you should never destroy them during the end phase because you're going to use them as link fodder or Xyz fodder. Next for our hand traps, and the only hand traps we have in the deck is 3 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Generic. We like slowing our opponent down. Why not? Plus it fits the theme. You know, all the Metalfoes are fire, so why not continue on? Next for the fusion spell cards of the deck, we run 1 Metalfoes Fusion, full Metalfoes Fusion, and Para Metalfoes Fusion. Metalfoes Fusion effect is fusion summon 1 Metalfoes Fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. If this card is in your graveyard, you can shuffle it into the deck, then draw 1 card. You can only use this effect of Metalfoes Fusion once per turn. So after you use it, you can easily recur it back to your deck and draw a card. That's real good. Full Metalfoes Fusion is a quick play, so you can set it and fusion summon on your opponent's turn. Fusion summon 1 Metalfoes Fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion materials. Para Metalfoes Fusion is a really good card. Fusion summon 1 Metalfoes Fusion monster from your extra deck using up to 1 monster each from your hand, field, and or face up extra deck as fusion materials. You can only activate this once per turn. Being able to just use something from your hand or field and then use something from your face up extra deck is extremely good. Next for our search cards, I run 2 Painful Decision. This card says send 1 level 4 or lower normal monster from your deck to the graveyard, and if you do, add 1 card with the same name as the card sent from your deck to the graveyard. So it's a searcher. Real good. Next, I run 2 Unexpected Die. This card says if you control no monster, special summon 1 level 4 or lower normal monster from the deck. So that's really good. Helps get your plays going. If all you have is a normal summon of a Metalfoes monster, that pretty much give you 2 monsters on the field. Next, I run 2 Duelist Alliance and 1 Pendulum Paradox. This is a pendulum deck, so that's why we run it in here. Duelist Alliance states, if there is a card in the pendulum zone, you can add 1 pendulum pendulum monster or 1 pendulum spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. So this can add Pendulum Paradox, or this could add any Metalfoes monster, so it's another searcher as long as you have something in the pendulum zone. Now, Pendulum Paradox states add 2 face-up pendulum monsters with the same pendulum scale but different names from your extra deck to your hand. So that's really important, considering it is still the newest master rule, because you have to have a link monster on the field to get extra summons from your face-up extra deck. Sometimes you won't have a link monster, but you have the zone, the scales, and you need stuff to pendulum summon from your hand. That's where Paradox comes into effect. And last, for the spells, I'll run 1 Regeki. This could be a number of things: Call by the Grave, Harpy's Feather Duster, you name it. By no means this is a competitive deck, by any shape, form, or fashion. So, I mean, yeah. Next, for our Metalfoes traps, I run 1 Metalfoes combination and 2 Metalfoes counter. Combination states once per turn, if a fusion monster is fusion summoned, you can target 1 Metalfoes monster in your graveyard with a lower level than that fusion monster, special summon it. Then, if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add 1 Metalfoes monster from your deck to your hand. So it's a searcher if your opponent gets rid of it. Or you can pop it with your own Metalfoes pendulum scale effect. So you can set this. Well, first it has to be face up. Well, if this is face up and you have a scale, just pop this, set another one, go on from there. And for counter, if a card or cards you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, special summon 1 Metalfoes fusion monster from your deck. I said fusion, I'm pretty sure. let me just go ahead and restart on this. If a card or cards you could control is destroyed by battle or card effect, special summon one Metalfoes monster from your deck. So this is a way to get out your main deck boss monster. It's a really good card to do that with. It says during either player's turn, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, add one face-up Metalfoes Pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand. So again, this is a good way to get stuff from your face-up extra deck to your hand. And last of the main deck and last of the traps, I run 2 Underdog. Because surprisingly enough, besides the fusion monsters, this does not interfere with your deck whatsoever. Pretty much besides your extra deck, this does not mess with the main deck at all. And what Underdog says is during your turn, negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent controls. And then during your opponent's turn, negate the effects of all face-up monsters you control. But here's the thing. You activate this during your opponent's turn. It negates all your stuff. Well, it don't matter at that point. Because this is what I'm getting at. You can activate this on your turn. You can do what you need to do, special summon, do all this, making sure your opponent cannot have any monster effects to stop you or whatever. Well, when you get done comboing off, you can pop this to set a Metalfoes spell or trap card. So this really does not interfere with your deck whatsoever, because you can use it to your advantage and then pop it and get rid of it when you need to. Now off to the extra deck, I'll run 2 Metalfoes Mithrilium. This card states that you need 1 Metalfoes monster and 1 Pendulum monster. You could target 2 Metalfoes cards in your graveyard and 1 card on the field. Shuffle the targets from your graveyard into the deck, and if you do, return that target on the field to the hand. So it's pretty much a target, but back to the hand. It's not a destroy, banish, or nothing like that, but it can be good. It would be a lot better if it didn't target, but and you can only activate this effect of Mithrilium once per turn, and then if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 Metalfoes Pendulum monster from your graveyard or face-up extra deck. So if your opponent gets rid of this, at least you get a monster back. Let's set these over here. Next, I run 2 full Metalfoes Alcahest. Requires a Metalfoes monster and 1 normal monster. Must be fusion summoned once per turn during your opponent's turn. Quick effect. You could target 1 effect monster on the field. Equip that target to this card, so it can suck up a monster just like Relinquished on your opponent's turn anyway. And then this card gains defense equal to the combined original attack of all monsters equipped to it by this effect. You can use monsters you control equipped to this card you control as material for the fusion summon of a Metalfoes fusion monster. Yeah, so real good, really good, really good. I also run 1 Metalfoes Orihalic. If a Metalfoes monster you control attacks a defense position monster, inflict double piercing battle damage to your opponent. That is extremely good. That's like Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target 1 card on the field and destroy it. So if your opponent gets rid of this, you can just say, haha, I'm going to get rid of something you got to. Next, I run 1 Crimsonite, 1 Adamante, normal fusion monsters. Works best with Super Poly. And then I also run 1 Parametalfoes Azortless. I rarely summon this thing, but it is a pretty good monster. And then if it was to be destroyed, if this card in the monster zone is destroyed, you can place it in your pendulum zone. So it gives you a scale if your opponent gets rid of it. So that's pretty good. Next, another Metalfoes monster I rarely summon, but I have it in here just in case. I have summoned it a few times. It's come in handy when I have summoned it, but it's not really a necessity. You could easily cut this. Next, for the MVP, until Electromite comes back, I run 2 Doolittle Chimera. All it requires is 2 fire monsters. All fire monsters on the field gain 500 attack and defense, and all water monsters lose 400 attack and defense. And if this card would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you could target 1 fire monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So it gives you 2 zones to mess with instead of just 1, and it boosts all your monsters by 500 attack and defense. Next, for the Link 4s, 1 Necrocedia Avermax and 1 Serio Skuldread. Something you can make. It'd be kind of tough for your opponent to get around. Not extremely tough, but a little tough. And it's there Yugioh for the free special summon, attack boost, and draw 4. So why not? And then next, for the rank 4s, because we can, and these are the best ones that I thought of, is 1 number 41 Baguska and Abyss Dweller. Yep. All right, guys, that's been another deck profile by me. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you would, please leave a like, comment, and if you would, subscribe. And yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.